Hey, good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. I got music playing everywhere here, so hold on. Good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, and it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. I say it every Saturday morning. It's great to be here. I'm missing my home. That's right, my second home. I want to be out in the Soundgarden. That's right. My goal is to be on the Soundgarden Stage May 20th, 2 weeks from today. I'm moving better. I've been home for almost 35 days. I'm going stir crazy. I do like my den, my man cave, my TV room, whatever you want to call it, my workplace. But it's time to get out of here. You know what I mean? I got to get out of here. I mean, forget about it. This is driving me crazy. But the best time is when I go to the doctor or the physical therapist, because I get to go outside and smell the air and the pollen annoying my eyes. I mean, but got to get out of here. But I'm glad to be back, feeling a lot better. Can't wait to go live May 20th on the Soundgarden Stage. That's right. I'll be there. Hopefully you'll be there too. And like I said, it's the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have 4 shows, 2 that are live every week. But there might be a little third show getting there on there live. What's happening in the Soundgarden with Chris Smith and John Henderson on Wednesday nights about 6:45, 7 o'clock. But, of course, you got Rubbin' and Grubbin', the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, the old guys, but they're not really old. Brandon Bain, the host of the Rubbin' and Grubbin' weekly NASCAR show. Great show. Check it out. You can go to YouTube and watch it. Then, of course, yours truly, every Saturday morning, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on Facebook, Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, on the Coach's Corner Facebook page, on YouTube, the Karl DeMasi Sports channel, and of course on Twitter at KD Sports Report. So check it out. Then once a year. Whoa. What's happening in the Soundgarden? Wednesday nights about 6:45 with John Henderson. You got to check it out. So it might be 5 shows. Then once a year from the Henderson cabin there at Coach's Corner, right next to the Soundgarden Stage, we have the 19th hole with the Herd Brothers. Check it out on YouTube. The 19th hole, 5 straight days of everything about Masters. First week in April. Great show. Check it out. And then, of course, the podcast will be back. That's right. The Who's on First Base baseball podcast will return Tuesday night. That wowould be May 9th. Tuesday night, May 9th, the Coach and the Baseball Fanatic. We've been doing this for 7 years. And it's great to be back with, of course, the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson, talking all thing baseball through the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All right, great show lined up. Once again, segment 1, quarter 1, as I like to say, because I am a coach. We'll have local news. If I get to the national news, I hope I do high school sports. That's always quarter number 1. Quarter number 2, high school soccer all-star game. The 14th year this young man has put on the Coastal Empire Coaches All-Star Soccer game. College coaches come in. I think he has over 120 kids again this year, but we'll be talking to the director himself, the coordinator, the man himself, Windsor Forest head coach, soccer head coach, the athletic director, Cam Turner, about 9:15. 9:30, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Quarter number 3, okay, Jake Merklinger. The 70th Ashley Deering Award winner, and also just committed to play football at Tennessee. So we'll talk to Jake about that. And then about 9:45, 9:50, I'm going to have the kid. That's right, Javante Middleton, pre-recorded, because right now he's out running a race somewhere, okay, for charity race. I think it's the Heroes race out there in Pooler. But Javante Middleton, the kid from H.V. Jenkins High School, the Citadel, Deering Award winner, Finnecatter Award winner, talk about his friends being drafted in the NFL. You know, Nolan Smith, Tyrone Scott, Sam James. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's pre-recorded, so that'll be about 9:45. And then the final quarter, okay, I'll take it out the door with 3 videos and, of course, Karl's Corner, an editorial about something to do with sports, whether it's locally or nationally. All right, let's get right away in the door. Quarter number 1, okay, let's talk about high school sports, college sports, and pro sports related to Savannah, Georgia, okay? So it's 3 steps in the door. Hopefully I can get through this. What time we got here? All right, so I got about 6 minutes to do this. All right, let me just get my I'm also the producer, so I'm going back and forth here, so bear with me. It'll be 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Okay, that's not working. Why isn't that working? Okay, it should be working. Okay. Well, I'll do it during the break. Okay. So here we go. 3 steps in the door. High school sports. We took it on the chin last weekend with all the high school sports. Friday night, Richmond Hill lost to Parkview. That ended their baseball season. Girls lacrosse, Mount Pisgah beat Savannah Christian. Johns Creek beat Richmond Hill. And then boys lacrosse, Cambridge beat Richmond Hill. Soccer, we said it, Westminster took care of Benedictine in overtime, 2 overtimes. Same thing with the St. Vincent's girls. They lost to Bremen. All right, Saturday playoffs. Savannah Christian is the only team left. Baseball today, 12 o'clock at Carter Field. Come on, babe. Come out and support the Raiders, okay? They'll be taking on Oconee County, who comes in at 17-17. Savannah Christian, 27-5. Hey, they win this, okay? They win this, they're on to the Final Four. So pretty impressive. Pike County beat Calvary, so they're out in boys lacrosse. Fellowship Christian beat Benedictine last Saturday, 14-7. Second loss for the BC Cadets, but great run. Memorial Day School. The Matadors played in the first round of the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A baseball. They lost the first game. I think it was 9-1, 9-6 or something like that. Then they won the second game, 25-19, and then they lost the third game, 25-16. So those scores are close to what I know, but Memorial Day School baseball team making the state playoffs, pretty impressive. All right, so today, like I said, all right, we got a couple things going on. 10 o'clock, okay, which is less than an hour, at Savannah Country Day. The boys tennis team, they're like 20-2 under, of course, Lamar Kirkland, been there forever, 41 years. They will take on Lumpkin at 10 o'clock to get to the championship. The girls, Lady Hornets, won Thursday. They'll be in the championship against Wesleyan next the 13th. So that'll be next Saturday. Okay. So a lot going on. Tennis. Okay. Boys, Savannah Country Day, get there. 10 o'clock. Final Four. They win there in the state championship. They take on Lumpkin at 10 o'clock this morning. Then this afternoon at 12 o'clock, head over to Carter Field on the campus of Savannah Christian out there in Garden City. The Raiders, who are 27-5, they host Oconee County, who comes in at 17-17 at 12 o'clock. It's a doubleheader. If there's an if game, makes no sense. They'll come back Monday and play at 5 o'clock. So Oconee County comes in for a doubleheader. Okay, if they split, they got to go all the way back home, come all the way back on Monday. I don't know. But hopefully Savannah Christian will take care of them in 2. Now, track. I've been hearing a lot of grumblings about I don't have enough track information. Do you know how many track athletes are in the sectionals today? And they're all over the state. Okay, they're all over the state. So when we get down to who's going to the championships, I'll try and do a better job and give you the list of the athletes who are going to the championships. I mean, we have kids from Effingham, South Effingham, Richmond Hill, Savannah Christian, Calvary, Islands. They're all over. St. Vincent's, it's tough. I can't put it together, okay? So I'll try and do a better job next week by track. But today is the sectionals. You finish in the top 8, you go to the state meet. So let's see what happens. All right, golf. Okay, golf finished their sectionals. I did find we did find that BC finished second in their sectionals, so they'll be going to state. The states will be May 22nd and 23rd all over the state. Nothing near Savannah, Georgia, just like the track sectionals. Nothing near Savannah, Georgia. So hopefully you can find out more. Hey, believe it or not, spring football. That's right. Everybody around the city, majority teams are doing spring football. Okay, so if you want a little information, BC will run their spring football. Week 1 is May 15th to May 19th, and week 2 is May 22nd to 26th. They'll probably play an inter-squad spring game, but there are some teams playing other teams. Savannah Christian is hosting its red-white scrimmage on Thursday, May 18th. All right, so they're going to do it against themselves. But Savannah Country Day and Jenkins will play on Friday, May 19th at Daffin Park. Okay, right across from Grayson Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. Beats and Savannah High are playing on Friday, May 12th. Okay, at Savannah High in that beautiful new stadium. So if you want to check out some local spring football games, there you have it. So we have 2 spring football games, teams taking on each other. Okay, it should be a lot of fun. Step 2, college. All right, let me do my time check here. I got 2 minutes, so let's get through the college ranks. All right, baseball. Okay, Savannah State baseball, SEAC championship. They won last night. They defeated Tuskegee after they lost to Lane. They'll play today against Kentucky State to see who goes to the SEAC championship. Okay, so Savannah baseball still playing out there in Albany in the SEAC. Okay, SCAD, lacrosse. The women's lacrosse team did it again. They knocked off Kaiser, the #1 team in NIA, last week in the Sun Conference Championship Memorial. Well, what did they do yesterday? They knocked them off again. They won 9-6 last week. Last night, Thursday, they beat them 20-6. So they'll play in the championship game today at 5 o'clock, okay, against Lawrence Tech. SCAD cycling team is up at the USA Road Cycling National Championships, not up, but at Albuquerque, New Mexico. All right, professionals. Braves took it on the chin last night, 9-4. Max Fried comes in, hadn't allowed an earned run in over his first 4 starts. Well, Baltimore Orioles are hot. They're 22-10, and they're in second place because the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, all right, are like 24-6. So, but they'll go at it again today in the ATL, okay, Truist Park. We'll have Spencer Strider on the hill, so hopefully we'll get a win in that. PGA Golf, Brian Harmon did not make the cut at the Wells Fargo. He missed it. He was 4 over. The Champions Tour, Timothy O'Neill at the Mitsubishi Electric Classic. He's tied for 14th at 3 under. All right. Local sports. The Savannah Bananas are out in Kansas City. They're taking on the Kansas City Monarchs. 4-2 first game went to Monarchs on Thursday. Last night, the Bananas won 4-1. Series is tied 2-2. So tonight will be the tiebreaker. They'll take on the Kansas City Monarchs out in Kansas City again. In the World Banana Bowl Tour, when they take on the Party Animals are 13-9. On the World Tour Challenges, the Savannah Bananas are 4-3. Savannah Falcons tonight, last home game at 6 o'clock at Memorial Stadium. They're taking on the Duval Raiders, okay, who are 8-0, second place. I think the Falcons are in 5th place. So go check it out. The last time these two played in Jacksonville way back in the beginning of April was 22-18, the Duval Raiders, okay? Savannah Clovers lost last week 5-0 to Old Detroit. So check it out. Scottish games, okay, are at Bethesda today. Go out to Bethesda. It's a tradition here in Savannah, Georgia. I think 35, 40 years. You got the Scottish games going on. Okay, you want to check in? Okay, give me a shout out in the comment section. My man Dennis Kessler, always checking in. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Kentucky Derby. Stay tuned because at 9:30, Mr. Kessler, we have the 70th Ashley Deering Award winner from Calvary Day School. We'll have Mr. Jake Merklinger. And then Coach's Corner. Give me a shout out. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Coach's Corner. Who's checking in? Is that my man Lawrence Bennett? He's part of the Coach's Corner Network, or is that good old John Henderson? We'll check it out. Give me a message in the comment box, and we'll talk about it. Okay, next up, we're going to talk a little high school soccer. That's right. He told me the 13th, but doing my research, I think it's the 14th. But he's getting old like I'm getting old. Okay, there he is. The man popped on. Gotta love you, brother. Thanks for checking in, keeping me straight. And that's, of course, my man, the producer, the man behind all the Coach's Corner Sports Network shows, Lawrence Bennett, always checking in. All right. So let me get out of here. We got 3 minutes to go. I got to thank my sponsors because this young man, Cam Turner, is probably out there on the golf course waiting to hit some golf balls, hopefully straight, not left or right like I do. But you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Next up, the Coastal Empire All-Star Soccer Game next Saturday. We'll talk to the coordinator, the director, the brainchild of the whole thing, Cam Turner, in 3 minutes. And remember, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be right back. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday morning on the internets, okay? Hopefully someday I can get back to the radio, but who cares? I'm doing this. It's a lot of fun telling you guys what's going on in local sports. And you know what? Met this young man way back when he was at St. Andrews. I don't know if he remembers those days when he had, a full head of hair, and he's a young, feisty guy, but he eats, sleeps, and just wants to talk about soccer. And that's his motif. But he's also very good golfer, too, from what I understand. But we got the 13th. He told me the 13th, but I think it's the 14th. I don't know. I'm getting older. He's getting old. But we'll get that straightened out. The Coastal Empire Soccer All-Star Game Showcase for seniors. College coaches come in. He does a great job with this. I think the only time he took a year off, of course, was for COVID. But now COVID's not a national or a worldwide emergency anymore. So we get to kick the ball around this next Saturday, May 13th. With this young man. He's joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat. He's getting ready to go play some golf. And that's, of course, the man himself, Cam Turner. Hey, Cam, what's up?
Morning, Carl. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm out here at La Vida about to play a little golf with my brother in town. We're just hanging out and ready to talk a little soccer with you, man. How you been doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I've been out of school for a while. Had the knee replaced again and a couple of complications. But, I'm excited about going back to work. I know people saying, well, you know what do you want to get back for? Because I'm a teacher. I should be there. So
we missed the interaction with the kids. That's for sure.
Like my wife tells me, I never left high school, and that's the way I feel. So, but anyway, okay. So you've been doing this for how many years now?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. 13 or 14. You're right.
It's
14,
I'm too
buddy. Old. I can't remember. It's 14.
It's
okay,
14. Well, 14 years. You came up with this brainchild. Why is this so important to the high school community in this area, and also down the southeast coast of Georgia? Because you also got kids coming from other places.
Yeah, I mean it's a big event in the sense that years ago when I was with the club scene, I just realized that a lot of our high school kids weren't getting the opportunity to be seen by college coaches or to be recruited or just really highlight their talents on the big screen. This baby came up in my mind because I've been in Windsor Forest since 2000. and I was with Savannah United for many years, and I just realized we needed something like this, and so I started it small. Specialty Sports jumped on board with me from day one and has been my title sponsor all along with providing jerseys or uniforms for the kids. And this year, Costner Law Group has jumped on board again. So once again, the community has helped out and gotten involved with it. They see the importance of it, and it's really a good thing for the kids. And those kids that aren't planning on going to college or wanting to go to college, it's just the last hurrah for them to play one big game in front of all their family and friends.
But college coaches come in, and these kids don't think they're going to play the next level, get offers, right?
Oh yeah, I mean we've probably had 100+ kids over the years that have gotten to go on and play college soccer from playing in these games. And once again, it's a big deal for a lot of kids because they haven't even been seen by colleges. I've got a kid named Chris Cruz, who's a senior at my school, who a year ago, got seen by a couple of colleges. Unfortunately, he got a broken foot early in the season. He's going to have to take a year off before he can go, but he had not been seen at any big tournaments with club team and was picked up and seen at this game. And now, I've got 3 or 4 colleges that are interested in him just from playing in the All-Star game.
Nice. And if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet, on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, usually live from the Soundgarden, but due to a little surgery, I've been sitting in my house for a long time. But we're talking to the coordinator, the director of the Coastal Empire All-Star Soccer Game Senior Showcase, and that's Cam Turner. It's put on by Specialty Sports and the Costner Law Firm. So got to plug those sponsors because they're really they're helping the kids out. That's what it's all about.
100%. And the other thing too is it got so big that we've invited and expanded now to offering for sophomores, juniors, and seniors because the college coaches expressed that basically, they'd like to see kids that they could have a chance to, recruit year round and ahead of time. And all the colleges, I bet I've had 20 colleges. I'm going to tape the games this year because a lot of colleges that can't come have requested video of the game. So we're going to tape the games, and so I can send that video to the colleges so they can, observe it on their own time and evaluate kids.
All right, kids. How many kids you got this year? I looked at your rosters. It seems like there's 120 kids again.
Yeah, we got 120, and we'll probably end up with about 130 because Taklin County just won the state championship, which was in my region for 2A, and we've got a couple boys and vacancies on there. We've got a couple of them on there, but I'd like to invite some more of those boys there for the vacancies. And, I always keep, 3 or 4 vacancies for fill-ins, a couple of kids to get a little extra exposure. But, yeah, on the boys' side, we had – let me step in the back. I'm starting to get a little business at Levita in the morning here. On the boys' side, we had 129 boys nominated for roughly 68 spots. And on the girls' side, we had right at 100 girls nominated for the 68 spots there. And like you said, it goes from Camden County over to Brantley, Pierce, Tattnall, Toombs, Vidalia, over Statesboro, Effingham, and then even in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area. So basically we have about 32 schools I sent invitations out to for them to send me their nominees. We take the players, then we put them out there, and the coaches vote and evaluate the players that they played against. Then we select the team. And then just this past Thursday night, I got the coaches that are volunteering to coach in the games, and we have a fantasy draft where you draft players.
Nice.
And create your teams. So it's
nice.
Totally come much more than just Cam creating and putting it together and picking the teams. I've now gotten, everybody involved, and everybody wants to keep doing it.
All right, and this man loved doing it with you until he took off on us and went up to.
But yeah, the game is going to be this Saturday at Memorial Stadium. The girls are kicking off at 10 a.m. and then they play from 10 to 2, and it's 4 teams.
I'm losing you. You still there?
Oh, Chad. When I came back in the video. Hear me now? Oh, do I need to move into another room with a better reception?
Well, yeah. When you moved out of the other room, you lost some reception there.
All right. Let me go back in here.
Hey, don't worry about the crowd behind you. That adds some ambiance to it.
All right. How about now? You got me now?
That's good.
All right. Okay. Well, my brother's almost done with his breakfast, so we're getting closer to tea time. So, but yeah, hey, it was good seeing Chad when he came down and with Hebron and defeated Country Day. Cam wearing glasses. Thank you, Chad, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I left Calvary when Chad left Calvary. He was my connection at Calvary. He was a great guy. Nothing against Sean Hardy or anybody over at Calvary Day School. Just, he was the man I had worked with for so many years. And so now we've moved the games to Memorial Stadium. There'll be Memorial Stadium this Saturday. The girls kick off at 10 and go until 2, and then the boys kick off at 2 and go until 6. It's 4 teams playing a round robin, so it's constant soccer for 8 hours. So, people come out and enjoy it and watch and support the kids.
And tell them, the cost is how much again?
Oh, yeah. $5 is admission, all-day admission, and $3 for kids 12 and under.
Okay. And anybody under any certain age getting free? Because that question is going to come up.
Yeah, whatever the Chatham County policy is, once again, even though I'm an AD, I don't know everything off the top of my head. I think it's 3. Once again, we're not haggling or fussing or mussing over all that stuff. It's just trying to get some money to cover expenses and costs. That's the thing that whenever I have conversations with people and they don't understand or realize is the expense that goes into putting this thing on, because once again, to get a clock, a PA person, a camera person, ticket people, the officials for all day, the field rental, and cleanup fee, just all these things that go into it. Coca-Cola is going to be nice enough once again to donate some water and Powerades for the kids, and just got some other local sponsors just, that are helping out with small bills and things like that. But it's an accumulation effect of, everything piling together to make it all of a sudden go, wow, that was an expensive event.
Yeah, well, people don't realize that. So once again, I didn't forget we're a week on before. Like usually we try to do it the day of or the day before. But it's great to hear about this. 14 years strong, the Coastal Empire High School Soccer All-Star Game. Now it's seniors through freshmen. Sophomores. We got college coaches coming in. Keep up the great work and make sure you hit them straight today.
Thanks. Yeah, I got a little cash in my pocket and put out there, so I hope I play well. Thanks, Carl.
Hopefully, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, I just touching back on what we first started talking about you being out. I know we talked on the phone last week, and you are needed back in the schools because the kids miss you. You do a good job, and we sure appreciate everything that you do with this show and continued support of local high school athletics.
Thanks, Cam. Always a pleasure. And once again, hit him straight.
Thanks, buddy. See you later. Bye-bye.
I mean, he loves soccer. He's been a big part of it for years. I've been here almost 28 years. And I remember when I came in, meeting this young, feisty guy over at St. Andrews. That's probably where he got his first job. And, he's taken it to, further for his coaching abilities. And, of course, getting word out there about our kids that, might get a college scholarship. So it's pretty exciting with Cam Turner. So you want to make a comment? The man, the myth, the legend from Rubbin' and Grubbin', Coach's Corner Show, Brandon Bain. Good morning, Brandon. And yes, Brandon, we know it's the running for the roses today. Let's go Reincarnate. Okay, that's his pick, Reincarnate. I haven't looked at the horses yet, so I know there's one that's named after, well, my son, his name is Russell. I know there's one that's named Russell. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Let's see. King Russell is one of the horses. I don't know what the odds are, but once again, Run for the Roses. You can go watch that at Coach's Corner, big night at Coach's Corner. We got Thomas Smith and the Claxton coming in. And don't forget, you can run over to Memorial Stadium, 6 o'clock. The Savannah Falcon semi-pro football team. They'll be going strong, so check it out. So you got a comment to make, put it in the comment box, and we'd like to talk about it. Next up is going to be the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Calvary Day Schools. Junior, rising senior, going to Tennessee to play some football, but he was the 70th. He is the winner of the 70th Ashley Deering Award. That's Jake Merklinger. Okay. Tongue-tied. Sorry. All right. So once again, we'll be back in 3 minutes after we thank our sponsors, because you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Check it out. Be right back. Got to get the commercial button. Got to do everything. One-man show, just like a one-man band. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Saturday morning, May 6th, Kentucky Derby, but we got a lot going on here in Savannah, Georgia. We got the Scottish games going on over at Bethesda Academy. Go check it out. It's a big deal here in Savannah, Georgia. It's going on for a long time. And you want some haggis? Go check it out. I heard it's pretty good. So that's going on. We got tonight, we got the Savannah Falcons. Okay, they'll be playing at Memorial Stadium. Let me just get my my information here. Make sure my time is right because I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. So let me check out. Let's see where is. I'm pretty sure it's 6 o'clock at Memorial Stadium, but just let me go back here and check. I want to make sure I get the right stuff here. Let's see. Karl DeMasi Sports Report. All right. Jake Merklinger is trying to hook on, so give me some extra minutes here to get him hooked up. So let's see. Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. And of course, I'll find out the information. But it's 6 o'clock, Memorial Stadium. Big game against the Duval Raiders. Duval Raiders are 8-0. They're in second while they tie for first place with the Northeast Wolverines. So the Falcons lost to the Duval Raiders 22-18 way back in April. So go check it out. All right. My guest this year, he worked it out. He had to hook up a little Chrome. I don't know. I'm not an internet whiz, but I'm glad he could join me. But, I mean, such a special award. 70 years strong here in Savannah, Georgia. 1954, Ashley Deering, local car salesman, came up with the idea. He wanted to present an award to the most versatile male athlete here in Savannah, Georgia. It's just in Chatham County, Savannah, Georgia. And the requirements were that you played a varsity sport, but it had to be football, basketball, and a spring sport. And I moved here in 1995. I didn't know anything about it, and I started learning about it. And then when I was coaching at Groves High School, two of my athletes that played football for me that won it, and I couldn't believe the excitement, the prestigious feeling behind this award that these kids showed me. And then Mr. Deering passed away in 2009. His wife, Angela, took over the reins, and she asked me if I would help her with it, because I have all the connections. So I've been the coordinator. Her son, Stephen Deering, has been a big help. He's behind the scenes. Like I said, it's a lot easier for me to get information out, but it's just a great award. So this year's 70th Ashley Deering Award winner went to a junior at Calvary Day School who will be taking his talents to Tennessee. We got to find out what that's all about. But he's the 6th winner of the Ashley Deering Award to come from Calvary Day School. He's joining me now in the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, Jake Merklinger. There we go, Jake. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
Hey, having a lot of fun Saturday morning talking local sports and talking to the 70th Ashley Deering Award winner. How does that sound, buddy?
Sounds really good. It feels really, really good.
So, sports. Your family is all about sports. Mom, dad, your brother. Why play 3 sports, though? Football, basketball, lacrosse. Why 3 sports? Why don't you just take it like everybody else and just specialize in one, which, it could have been football, but in playing 3 sports got you a scholarship to Tennessee.
Yeah. I feel like playing 3 sports. I've done it since I was a kid. I feel like playing 3 sports is so beneficial. They kind of coincide with each other. Just each sport is so fun, and it feels like it's never ending. So you finish one season, you go to the next, and you go to the next, and you go to the next. I love it. So I just love to keep going, keep playing.
It doesn't end, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So, all right. So you got football, which we know you got a full ride to Tennessee. You got a year to go, though. You got to finish out your senior year. Basketball, lacrosse. You went from baseball to lacrosse. Is there anyone that you prefer the most? Which one do you like the best?
Football, probably. But, however, if you ask my dad, I feel like he still thinks I'm a little bit of a baseball player. I haven't played it in forever, but football is definitely my favorite.
Well, football and baseball at Calvary Day School are big time, so I can understand Dad wanting you to play some baseball. But lacrosse, pick up a stick, never played before. What's so special about that sport for Jake Merklinger?
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's physical, it's fast, it never stops ever. And it takes a lot of skill. It took a lot of practice to get started. I really like the coaches at Calvary. Really good camaraderie. They kind of say like you're a lax bro. That really is a thing. So it's really good camaraderie with the guys. It was a lot of fun.
All right. So, doing this full-time, full year, give us something that you try to improve on each sport. Because you got 3 sports, you got to try to improve on it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So like last year, one of my biggest improvements in football was decision-making. Our offensive coordinator, who was our offensive coordinator pretty well. And I would think I went from like throwing 8 interceptions my sophomore year to only 2 my junior year. So that was one thing I improved on. And then basketball, just trying to use my body, like I play guard, but I'm a pretty big guard. So finding like a small guard who's guarding me, figuring out ways to use my body to give me that advantage. And then lacrosse was just stick skills because I was so new. It took a second to get used to like how to catch and pass. So really just the basics in lacrosse.
Nice. And anybody in these sports that you look up to, like when I had Luke Cromahawk a couple of weeks ago, he wanted to be Josh Allen, run people over because he's got that linebacker mentality. Something like that. Who have you thought about each sport?
Yeah, I really like Joe Burrow. He's super smart. He doesn't make incorrect decisions, so I really like Joe Burrow.
Nice. He's a decision maker, and he also can run with the ball, which I know you don't mind.
No, not at all.
But I know the real Coach DeMasi, he cringed every time you got that ball under your arm and took off.
Yeah, he did.
So, all right. So, we'll come back to the Deering Award winner in a couple of minutes. But you had some big time offers. Michigan State was courting you since day one, and what kind of big Division I schools. What was that like? What was that recruiting process like?
Yeah, it was really cool. So it did get a little stressful at times, but for the most part, it was really exciting. Going to see some of the most successful college programs in the nation, see how they do things, how they operate, getting to talk to coaches, building so many different relationships. But then also, getting calls and texts at 10 p.m. at night and 11 p.m. at night, just a constant 24/7 of people trying to talk to you, which is good, but at some point it did get stressful. But for the most part, it was a lot of fun, really exciting.
So, I thought you were leaning towards Michigan State, and I really didn't talk to my son much about it, Russell.
Yeah.
He really let on to me, but you went to Rocky Top and you fell in love with Tennessee. Why?
Yeah, I just everything about it, from the people there, the developmental standpoint, the tradition that comes with Tennessee football. It's a big SEC school, which is something I wanted. And then, just kind of, like I said, the people, that family-like feeling.
What was Coach Heupel like?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's super funny. Funny, but at the same time, he's super competitive, which is something that, we kind of, I would say, relate to each other there. He's very, very competitive, and he wants to win.
Nice. All right, if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internets. Okay, we do this every Saturday morning from 9 to, I know my producer would love to do it till 11 o'clock in the morning, but I try to stretch it out to about 10:30. So we'll go from there. And, it's always a lot of fun talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. And this week, it's the 70th Ashley Deering Award winner. That goes out to the most versatile male who plays varsity football, basketball, and spring sport in the Chatham County. So Jake Merklinger from Calvary Day School. And we got a little comment here from somebody that you know very well. He says, you're a first-class young man. Shows you can play anything and still get where you want to go. Chad Griffin.
Yeah.
So, and then an avid fan of the show, Dennis Kessler. Good morning. I just say hi to Jake and congratulations. Good luck to your future. And as always, go Cavs football.
Go Cavs. Yes, sir.
So, the people that, they're watching us. Okay. So, all right. Steve Deering calls you up on Monday. What was that all about? What was the feeling that went through you when you found out that you were the 7th Ashley Deering Award winner?
Yeah, well, I did. I was telling Coach DeMasi, young Russell DeMasi.
You can say Russell.
Yeah, okay, I'll say Russell.
Or just say the real Coach DeMasi, not the OG Coach DeMasi.
All right, yeah. So I was telling him about this too. I was sitting in my car before school, and I got a call, and obviously I didn't have the number saved, right?
Right.
So I kind of answer it with a little bit of hesitation. I'm like, hello. He's like, hey, this is, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, wow, yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Thank you. So that was just an awesome feeling because I didn't expect it. So, that was a really good feeling. And then one thing I didn't understand about the award is how involved the past winners are. So I was getting tons of texts and calls all throughout the day from the past winners. And
nice.
One of them was your other son, Dom. So He gave me a nice little text. So that was awesome just to see the almost brotherhood of the award and how everybody else texts me.
And people don't realize small school like Calvary Day School, okay, when there's a small school, you have to get your athletes to play more than one sport.
Right.
And Calvary's had a bunch of 3-sport athletes and, DeMarcus Dobbs, Dom DeMasi, we can go on and talk about it. Barry Kleinpeter. So there's been a lot of, but for you, what does winning this award mean to you though?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. I'll be honest. I take a lot of pride in playing 3 sports. It's something I tell a lot of people. And it's also, this award is something I wanted to win since I was a freshman. I'll be kind of frank with that. I wanted to win this award, so I chased this award. So it did mean a lot for me to win it. Nice.
And, you talk about it, playing 3 sports, okay? You memory, muscle memory and all this other stuff and the kids that are specializing in it. Give us an example on how you being the quarterback has helped you playing the small forward in basketball or the midi. If anybody knows what a midi is in lacrosse, that's the crazy kids that got to play offense and defense because you have to keep 3 people on offense, 3 people on defense, but you got 3 guys that just run all over the place.
Yeah.
How is playing each sport intertwined, integrated into making you a better athlete?
Yeah, I think an obvious comparison is just vision from the football field to the basketball court, just being able to make passes, seeing an open guy in the post or seeing an open guy in the wing, being a distributor, like a facilitator as a point forward almost. And then same thing on the football field, being able to distribute the ball, throw to the open guys, read defenses. So that's one way that they definitely correspond
Well,
to.
I hope it gives you vision, because you're going from an old, sort of an oblong object to a big round object to a small round object that hurts like a hockey puck. So you better be ready. You better know what's going on. So, okay. Now, we know, I mean, I've been to a lot of football games at Calvary, and number one supporter up there in the stands, below your dad, who's up on the box because he helps with the program. I mean, you have had a lot of family support. Your brother, who's playing, he's still at Valparaiso, right?
He actually transferred to Western Illinois.
Oh, he's going to Western Illinois.
Yeah.
Good deal. So,
Yes,
tell us about the family support, your parents and your brother.
Yeah, I've been competing with my brother in sports forever. And one thing that was cool about playing 3 sports is he did it as well. So we got to play multiple sports together, compete against each other. And like you said, the support, I can always count on me being on the sideline after a bad drive or whatever it was, and hearing the words defense being screamed up in the stands from my mom. So, that's really cool. Just the support that they gave me. They just kind of wanted me to have fun and not make me focus on football or anything. Just let me have fun and play.
And I didn't put this in the question box, so you're going to have to answer this.
Okay.
Right? I know your brother, offensive lineman, you're the quarterback. In basketball, though, you both played down low or outside. So who's going to win? You or your brother if he posts up on you?
I'm going to win. So for the first 10 years of my life, he would bully me, but now I definitely beat him. He knows it too.
Sounds like my boys, Russell and Dom. So, when those two went at it, they went at it. I mean, everything was competitiveness with those two guys. So anything stand out from the 3 sports so far in your career? Any one moment that stands out the most, whether it be football, basketball, lacrosse?
Yeah, probably just getting to play with my brother. Another cool thing was just going to Hilton Head not Hilton Head, Charleston, on a 3-day lacrosse trip during spring break this year. That was a lot of fun. But other than those two things mainly.
A lot going on. Okay, so anything your coaches? Of course you had Mark Stroud, Chad Carver. You had Philip Lee, and now you got Burnham Smith. Any coaches give you any advice about playing 3 sports? Any of them tell you not to or encourage it?
No, so that's one of the cool things about Calvary was they all supported each other. The coaches have really good relationships with each other. They support each other. I know one day we went to summer basketball camp up at Georgia College, and then I left early from summer basketball camp to drive to a 7-on-7 with Coach Stroud. So, just the support that each sport gives each other and each coach gives each other was really, really cool.
Any special advice from any of them that stick out the most in your mind?
Just have fun. To be honest, all 3 of them gave me, just have fun, be in the moment, and do what you're doing at the moment.
All right. So you got a young guy. How long you been at Calvary Day School?
Since 6th grade.
All right. So you got a young 6th grader coming up to you now. You're going to be a senior. He's a 6th grader, or she's a 6th grader. Mm-hmm. And they want to know what it's like, or should they play 3 sports or specialize in 1 sport? What advice would you give that young Cavalier?
I would definitely tell him to play sports, him or her. It's just so beneficial because you never know what could happen in 1 sport or the other sport. So I would definitely tell them to play 3 sports, have fun, do everything you possibly can until you really do have to narrow something down or stop playing 1 sport.
All right. What are you looking forward to in your senior year now?
Try and win a state championship. That's the goal. We know we all want to do it. So we're gonna try and make it happen.
Oh, you're loaded. You're loaded on that football team. It should be fun watching.
Yes. Yeah.
So. Last thing, I know you haven't thought about it, and not many students going into college really think about a major. Anything that might interest you after, out of high school, going into college, or after your football career is over, where it may take you?
Yeah, I think I want to be a coach. It was funny because I actually did a budget project in economics this past week, and I had to budget as I was a coach and how I would pay for everything. So I definitely want to be a coach. Well,
Jake, it's going to be fun watching you your senior year. I know it's going to be tough because I was there for the last year watching every game, and the good old boy is not there. He took his act up to Michigan, freezing his butt off. But I know, and this is coming from him. He says you're a special kid, and he really enjoyed the time he had with you. And he says you're going to do big and great things. So I'm looking forward to you, and I will get to a couple of Cavalier games. I won't leave you hanging. And I got to see you hopefully next week because we got to give out a little trophy next week. So
I'm excited about that.
Once again, keep it going. Proud of you, and I'll talk to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And right now, all you have to say is go Cavaliers now. You don't have to go Volunteers yet. Tell mom it's not go Volunteers yet.
Yeah.
She's got to wear that purple and gold still.
Yes, she does.
I'll talk to you later, Jake. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Go Cavs.
I'll talk to you next week. I mean, just a great kid, humble kid, very soft-spoken. He's not going to boast about what he does, and a lot of talent, I'm not just saying that because my son worked very closely with him, but you could tell him growing up, taking over the reins as a young kid at quarterback for Calvary Day School, he was going to be something special. So once again, the 70th Ashley Daring Award winner went to Jake Merklinger, rising senior at Calvary Day School. Next up, well, let's talk about the guys that went to the NFL. I was hoping to have this young man on live, and just so happens to be he's all over the place because he's always giving back. And that's, of course, the man himself, Javonte Middleton. HV Jenkins standout athlete, like I told you, Deering Award, Finicaro Award, took his football talent to the Citadel, gives back, runs camps, helps train kids get ready for the college, and he's going to be doing something special with a new job that he's involved in. I mean, he's all over the place. So once again, I'll be back in 3 minutes with my pre-recorded segment with the kid, Javonte Middleton, talking about the kids from Savannah, Georgia that got drafted in the NFL. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And I always like to say, you got to love it. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, whether it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, Coach's Corner Facebook page, Twitter at KD Sports Report, and of course, the YouTube channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I'm glad I could be here, and hopefully you tune in for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it may be, and I appreciate it if it's for 2 minutes. Thanks for checking it out. And if you like my YouTube channel, subscribe to it. Let's grow it. I'm looking for 200 followers. I'm 13 away. I need 13 more of you guys. Maybe if you're number 200, I'll give you a special gift, like a gift certificate to Coach's Corner. Check it out. All right. So NFL draft. Of course, Nolan Smith, Calvary Day School, IMG, Georgia, Savannah guy, just special. Tyrone Scott. You knew this kid was special, from H.V. Jenkins High School, Central Michigan, and then Missouri State. And then, of course, Sam James out of Richmond Hill, all special kids. And we found another guy, Austin Mock, who spent 2 years at Calvary Day School, born in Savannah, moved up to Lynchburg, Virginia, went to Liberty University. Atlanta Falcons bringing him in as a long snapper. So pretty special. I wanted to get somebody that had a special relationship with these kids. And, of course, what other better way than to bring in Javante Middleton, because Javante Middleton played with 3 of the 4 of them. All right? Great relationship with Nolan Smith. He was at the party, the draft party. And then, of course, playing with Sam James on 7-on-7 teams. And, of course, playing at Jenkins with Tyrone Scott. So, but he's a special kid. We talk about giving back. Javante Middleton is giving back to the Savannah, Georgia community. He's out there running a 5K for Fallen Heroes. So he couldn't come on live. So we pre-recorded this. And what better way than to talk about those little kids got drafted than with the man himself, or as I still call him, the kid, Javante Middleton, right here. Stay tuned. It's a good interview. And what's up, sports fans? It's the coach, Karl DeMasi. Saturday morning. Well, this is really pre-recorded because this young man, I don't know how he finds time to do what he does. He's going to be out there running for charity. I mean, he's helping people with cars. He's now got a new job at a law firm. I mean, he's just all over the place. He doesn't know how to stop. But, I was once that young and had to make ends meet and did 50,000 jobs. But it's always a pleasure bringing this guy on. And if you go back to my ESPN Savannah radio days, we did a couple of shows called The Coach and the Kid way back when he was interning at the ESPN Radio Savannah. And it's always been a lot of fun. I've watched him grow at Jenkins High School. I mean, we just announced the Deering Award. He's a Deering Award winner. He was also a Finnick Caro Award winner, best football player in Chatham County. So went up to the Citadel. He's back home, giving back. So, but what's special about this young man, he has a lot of connections. And if you were watching the NFL draft the other night, he didn't think I was watching this, but if you were watching the NFL draft the other night, in the background, whose face sticks out? Javante Middleton. So he's part of that Nolan Smith group that was up there to celebrate his signing with the Eagles. And that's what I wanted to get to, was talking about the local guys that are going to the NFL. Of course, Nolan Smith, 30th round Philadelphia Eagles, Calvary, IMG, Georgia. But we also got Sam James out of Richmond Hill through West Virginia. We got Tyrone Scott, Central Michigan, and then Missouri State. And then we have a little unknown guy, 2 years at Calvary Day School. He was born in Savannah. Austin Mock played at Calvary, left after his sophomore year, went up to Lynchburg, played for the Lynchburg University, which now is getting a lot of recognition to be one of the better programs. Long snapper, being invited to the Atlanta Falcons camp. So, and of course, joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the kid himself. He'll always be the kid, Javante Middleton. What's up, Javante?
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate being here. And just every time we get to talk, it's fun.
I mean, you got so much expertise, knowledge about the kids now. I'm a little older now, so I got a little distanced here. But some of the guys drafted, are you best friends, or they're in your group, or you play with these guys? So I wanted to get someone's input that is a little closer to these guys, and just to see these guys go to the next level, how special it is. But let's catch up on Javante Middleton. I mean, out of the Citadel, you graduated, you're working 5 different jobs. Let's catch up. What have you been doing lately? Tell the people.
Just still being the same old Javante, being the same old Savannah boy, mama's boy that I've always been. Right now, I'm working at a law firm. Actually, I'm in my office right now. I'm working at a law firm here in Savannah, the Vetter Law Firm. It's a quite a unique gig, and I'm just excited to be a part of a team that can, help change lives here in Georgia and just make things better for people. I also I launched the business prior to this role for roadside assistance, and just through business trial and error, I've learned that the more profitable purpose and portion of that is vehicle car unlocks. So now I have a $70 car unlock worldwide, and we're in competition with some other car and vehicle lockout companies down here in the area, just nationwide, to put them out of business and have that grow. I'm still doing everything that I can to help out in the community, the community that I'm from. And then also in the next few weeks or so, there'll be a launch of Impact Philanthropy Consultant. And that'll be another business venture that I'm, eager to get into and able to help. And it actually kind of ties in what we're talking about today with the college football guys going to be professionals, and just now college guys, some of them getting paid like professionals. They'll be able to get some guidance and mentorship from, the firm and myself on how to give back to their community and make a philanthropic footprint in the community that they're from, and also just help them out with their brand and just a lot of different other ways that, to get them engaged with the community. And it's just going to be something great, and I'm excited for that as well.
This must be some kind of mental telepathy here, because one of my first things I was going to ask you, I mean, it's totally different than you went into college, or it never happened way back when I was into college, but you got name, image, likeness now. You got the transfer portal. These guys, these kids are being bombarded with so many different options now. And I mean, you can get a lot of money before you even sign a big time football contract. So, yeah, I mean, so how do you feel about those two topics, name, image, likeness, and now the transfer portal, which I think is the greatest thing. If a coach can get up and one day say, I'm here, I'm going to keep you here, I'm going to keep you 4 years, and the next day you turn around, he leaves, there's got to be something for the athlete too.
Yeah, definitely. You and I both know that college coaches, they change the logos on their shirt just as much as they change clothes on their back. So I think it's a good thing to have guys, to give guys the opportunity to, and ladies as well, because there's men and women's sports, but to give college athletes, student athletes, just the opportunity to make another decision. Because I mean, when you're 17, 18, and when you're committing to schools and signing national letters of intent in high school, you don't know that everything's going to work out. You can't see into the future. So in the instance that, it's just not the best fit, or something happens, you have an opportunity to be able to get into the transfer portal and get recruited again and enjoy that process, because that's something that you'll never forget, and you'll cherish those memories for the rest of your life. And also just, be able to do it again. And I know, like, that's a real big thing, like to have a second chance, or just be able to go find a home where you feel like you'll be appreciated and you can actually just contribute. And then name, image, and likeness, oh my gosh, that monster is a monster in itself. But I mean, I also think that that's good and just beneficial, and this is more so the timing for it, because it's been athletes have been wanting to get paid, and they've been wanting to maintain their amateurism while getting paid and feeling as if they should get paid, because, we all know how broad of platforms these collegiate athletes have, and just how much impact they have. And I mean, as simple as an Instagram post from athlete X in college can get so much business and so much activity streamlined to just why business. And for a college athlete to have a brand and be able to use it and utilize it, and in that utilization get compensated for it, I think it's a good thing, because there's no real big difference once they sign a professional contract, other than they're just no longer an amateur.
Right. So yeah, it's pretty intriguing, and it just it finally but then of course you got the people. Well, they're getting a $50,000-$60,000 a year education. Yeah, but who's paying their food bill? Who's giving money for them to put their clothes on their back? I mean, so something had to give sooner or later. And the colleges are making big time money off these kids, and there's got to be some kind of help there. Which I agree with the name, image, likeness, and the transfer portal. Something different for these kids to look forward to, because people are making money off of them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. The reason why I got you is to talk about the NFL draft. I mean, it's exciting seeing you guys go off to when you sign your college scholarships. But to see you guys get to the next level, whether it's be golf or basketball or baseball or football or anything involved, guys and girls. Just seeing you guys get to that next level special. But when you get to the big time, it's really, really unique. And like I was talking to you before we got on here, just like Austin Mock out of Calvary Day School, grew up in Savannah, left after his sophomore year. Okay, he goes to up to Liberty Prep Academy, long snapper, and here he's getting invited by the Atlanta Falcons. And people will say, long snapper, coach, that's pretty silly. Well, me being an old football coach, you being an old football player, you're still a young football player. So, I mean, there's 3 parts to a football team: offense, defense, and special teams. And special teams can cost you games, and it starts with your long snapper. But that's pretty special that the Falcons brought this kid back to Georgia.
Yeah, that is special, man. And just like you mentioned, special teams is so important in football. Special teams win, lose your games, and a lot of coaches talk about those 3 phases that you talked about. So just to have a guy from here that does his craft, and because it's a craft, to long
it is.
College to long snap at any level is a craft. So that he's perfected it and does it that good and at that high of a level is a really good thing. And it's exciting to see that someone from here that plays long snapper is getting inside at the professional ranks in football.
All right, let's kick it off. Sam James invited to the Rams camp. A big deal now. We got the mailman going out there, Stetson Bennett from Pierce County, which you played against. I coached against. I mean, I know on the basketball court, the kid was a ball of fire. So I would never expect them to go where he's gone. It's something special. But now Sam James out of Richmond Hill, 6 foot, 180 pounds, 190 pounds. But up at West Virginia, he was a big playmaker. Yeah,
so now it's actually a good thing. I mean, over there with the LA Rams, there's quite a few 9-1-2 guys. You mentioned Stetson. There's Ernest Jones from Ware County. There's Merklinger that just got drafted from Brunswick. There's Richard LeCount from Liberty County that's there. Now Sam is going and going to make an impact right along with those guys. So it'll be a 9-1-2 affair there, and that's going to be exciting. But, man, Sam James and I, we played sports against each other growing up, but we actually – and I tell him all the time that I was honored to play with him in 707 when the Gritty Boys, the 9-1-2 Gritty Boys, we had a team made up of Savannah athletes, Brunswick athletes, Camden, some Jacksonville as well, but mainly majority of them from the 9-1-2 area code. And Sam was one of the guys on that team that we could put anywhere on each side of the ball and he'll make a play. I mean, I tell a lot of people now that some of the best ball skills I've ever seen was just being around Sam. And then we got to scrimmage against him when I was at Jenkins. And Richmond Hill, we actually ended the game in a tie, but Richmond Hill were really good. And you can tell that a lot of those plays being made during that time when he was up there was through Sam James, just raw athleticism.
I mean, he played in the Big 12, so it wasn't small-time football. I mean, he made a name for himself. So if you're just tuning in, yes, this is pre-recorded because this young man's going to be out there running on the streets for a charity event on Saturday, so he couldn't make it in at 9:15. So I had to get him on, and he agreed to do this. I really do appreciate this. And that's, of course, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm talking to Javante Middleton about all these young pups that just got drafted, and he played with them. He knows them personally. So let's go one step further, Finicaro Award, Deering Award, Savannah Morning News Football Player of the Year. But there was a guy out on that wideout for you named Tyrone Scott. I mean, that's pretty special. And, here's where the transfer portal paid off. He was at Central Michigan. You probably know better why he left Central Michigan. Winds up in Missouri State, and he blows it up. I mean, he's got a billion records, and, people took notice to him. I mean, he was a highlight film on Instagram, on Reels, and whatever you guys do with that phone now. I mean, just special to see Tyrone Scott to go. And you play with this kid. So what does that mean to you?
Man, if you can see it now, I got goosebumps talking about it, thinking about T.Y. I mean, Ty was a freak athlete from the time he got to Jenkins and now he's going to put it on the biggest stage out there that he is, and people are going to know who Tyrone Scott is. It may start out as an undrafted free agent signing, but Ty has some ability like no other. But I tell a lot of people all the time, I mean, I know I went to a triple option school, but I didn't get to college if it was Tyrone Scott. A lot of touchdowns to him and a lot of touchdowns in practice. We put a lot of work in after practices and after games to just perfect what we did in high school. But he's a generational talent. I mean, I got to play basketball and football with him. And some of the things I've seen Tyrone Scott do, you just don't see. Like, there were times where I could throw the ball to Tyrone and he would make like a one-handed catch, or he'll lay out, stretch out and make a catch and do a backflip in the process of it.
Yeah.
was normal. And like, we all just look at him and he'll look at us and shrug his shoulders like, Ty, that's not normal. But man, and the thing about it, which a lot of people just don't know, is how great of a person he is too. I mean, as good of an athlete Tyrone is, he's that much loving and a goofy guy, and you cannot want, like, you want to be around him. But yeah, man, I'm so excited about Tyrone. I'm so excited about the world being able to see his abilities that we've been seeing since he got to Jenkins, and since we went through all those camps and those practices and games together. And I actually just was on FaceTime with him not too long ago, congratulating him one. But I mean, he's one of those guys that just like loves where he's from. As soon as he graduated college and ended up getting the signing, as soon as he signed, he was back in his hometown, Estill, South Carolina, talking to young guys, talking to the kids in his community, and then drove right across the bridge and came and spoke to the football team at Jenkins. So like I mentioned, he's just a great guy, and the sky's the limit for him. And I think it's so cool that he's going to be catching passes from Pat Mahomes and Pat Mahomes, what he can do. So I'm so wrong.
You go on the Wikipedia page already for him. They already got they got the red and gold outline for him on all his highlights. It's pretty impressive. And I know you watch this young guy grow up, and you're good buddies with him. And it's probably the biggest signing of the draft for us in Savannah, Georgia. You know, even though McClendon's now out with the Rams, but he dropped so low, I don't know why. But Nolan Smith, I mean, you knew this kid was special in middle school. I got to interview him as a freshman on the ESPN Savannah radio show as my athlete of the week. And he was just so composed and natural and, caring. You could tell it was something special. But you got invited to that big party, buddy. So what was it like? I mean, sitting through 30 picks must have been forever. But when he finally got the call, it was crazy. And I saw you in the back there.
Yeah, man. And I want people to know that he was expected to go higher, but there's no one who could have handled that better than the way Nolan did. You couldn't tell that he was nervous or apprehensive. You couldn't tell that he was anxious about anything. I mean, he was the Nolan Smith that I met back when we were kids to the Nolan Smith that everybody knows now throughout that whole process. And we were just excited no matter when his name or his phone rung. I didn't care. I just knew, and I was excited to be there, and I'm excited and still I consider myself blessed that he and his mom just thought highly enough to allow me to share that moment with him. But man, Nolan has been an extreme talent from down here from the time he got in high school. Nolan actually tells a story that he wasn't that good when he was younger. And a lot of people, brought into that and doubted him a whole bunch when he was in middle school and making steps in high school. And he used that as a chip on his shoulder to be who he is now. I mean, Nolan Smith. So he's been a guy that has worked hard and bust his tail. And it showed. And he was here in high school and did his years at Calvary and excelled, and then went on to the national level playing at IMG Academy and accelerated and excelled there too. So, it showed that it wasn't a fluke, or at the time when they were playing 1A ball, that it wasn't just him going against 1A talent, which, none of that matters. At the end of the day, it's football. But it's just so like rewarding for all our little league coaches to see, and all the people in our community. All our coaches were there, and they were able to share that moment with us. And Nolan was still literally the same Nolan that used to be on Hudson Hill Park and Daphne Park on Saturdays as he was when his name got called on the biggest stage in football. So I'm so happy to be able to call him a friend and a teammate. And I'm just so happy to be able to support him from here on out, as I've been doing this whole time. And I just think it's so cool that he's from Savannah, and everyone was watching the draft, and people already knew he was from the brand he's built. But, let's go ahead and go back to the community aspect of it. I mean, Nolan gives more than anybody in that position could imagine. I mean, as busy as he is, and I know how busy Nolan's been in college, so I can just imagine how busy he's going to be when he gets to NFL. And I know that giving bone's not going to leave him, and that giving spirit's not going to leave him. So that's just one of those other guys that everyone wants to be around. And I promise you, once you get to know Nolan, you don't want to just be around him just because he's a great football player. You want to be around him because Nolan Smith's a great guy, a great dude, and he's going to make you laugh all the time.
Yep. I mean, I called him, I texted him, tried to see if I could get a small interview with him, but I know, it's probably crazy time wherever he is in Philadelphia. I mean, so, you talking about community, the pups stay out with his little, not little, it turned out to be a big football camp. So, I mean, he just gives back, and, that's the type of kid he is. He's humble, he's sincere, he loves Savannah. So we're going to hear a lot about that. And that's a 912 or Georgia little camp there, right there. So Darius Slade from Brunswick's plays cornerback, and I know I'm going to give away my age. I coached against him when he was in high school. So yeah, so it's just crazy. So overall, your impressions of this year's draft with the local guys going, how did it make you feel?
It made me feel so good. I actually had some people asking, man, you played against and with these guys, and what do you think? Would you have got drafted? I was like, well, what is for me is for me, and what's for them is for them. It's not anything about me. I'm just that their names got called, that they got the opportunity to continue to play football, and anybody that I played against, I know, or even just, I've met along the way. I'm gonna be a big supporter, and especially, from Savannah and the 912 area code. I'm such a big supporter of just growth from here, no matter what it is. But with it being football, come on now, I'm that.
All right, last question for you. We got some more talent coming up through here. It's unbelievable. Troy Ford going to UCF. We got Croman Hawk signing with or committing to FSU. You got Merklinger going to Tennessee. We got all these guys going. Since you left in 2018, or since you graduated, because you haven't left. I know you went across the bridge. You went to the Citadel. But the talent just seems to be growing more and more in this area, no matter what sport it is. We're getting kids turning out left and right here.
Yeah, and I have your notifications on. I have Dennis Knight's notifications on. I have some of the college recruits here in Savannah notifications on Twitter. It's like all day long, I pick up my phone and I see blessing off from excited to have, or some of the schools that have those social media presences here. When the college coaches come, the head coaches taking pictures with them. I mean, we've seen Norvell, we've seen Kirby Smart, we've seen Mel Tucker come through the area, and that's just something that I'm prideful about, because all of those big time colleges, Power 5 colleges, are taking heed to what we got going on down here, and I think that's gonna. If we were like the layer, like the ground layer of it, now it's on this way up, and it's just going to continue on upward trajectory, because Merklinger and Croman Hawk and like you mentioned, Troy Ford and just all those guys like the Juwan Johnsons and Dion O'Neills from last year, but they didn't even realize, because they're just young right now, is so many of those kids and these kids here in Savannah are looking up to them, watching exactly what they do on Friday nights, on Instagram, in the community, and they're trying to mimic that. So if they're mimicking it, then of course they're going to be a part of that. They're going to put the equation together, and by the time they become juniors, seniors in high school, they're going to be getting recruited just as well. So I think it's just a good thing from all angles, and I'm excited to see that recruitment where it is now in Savannah and where it's going.
Yeah, it's been pretty special. So I know good luck today, which is 2 days away from this Saturday, in your race for charity, and don't forget. The Coaches for Curing Cancer race, June 3rd, out there at How to Run store. So make sure you get some people to come out and support that. Your good old boss, Tim Adams, he comes out, he gets involved in it. But hey, keep up the great work. I'm glad your life's taken off, and that new gig that you're going to be doing with helping the athletes do the right thing is pretty special. So once again, I know you're going to give back to these kids, and you're still going to be out there training. You're still going to be coaching them up, because you know what? He's really a sports guy, in heart. He's never going to be able to give that up.
No, sir, I won't be able to.
As I said, it's always great to coach the kid. I'll keep in touch. You keep in touch with me. And if you got anything special, just let me know. Let's get on and talk about it.
All right, that sounds good, Coach.
All right, Javante, have a good one.
All right, now, Coach, thank you.
I'll talk to you.
Yes, sir, we'll talk.
And, I always appreciate you doing this.
Yes, sir, definitely.
All right. I mean, it's just something special. I mean, I watched the young man grow. I mean, working in a law office now, has this roadside service. If you get stuck and you need your car unlocked, and then he's going to start this little business of helping the guys that go away and are coming back to give back to the community. You just got to be proud of the kid, Javante Middleton. And he got to be close to those guys. I mean, Tyrone Scott, he was his wideout. So just special. And he's also a Finicaro Award winner and an Ashley Deering Award winner. So going to wrap this baby up. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back with 3 steps at the door. What does that mean? I take 3 videos that I've seen on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't do the TikTok thing. I don't know how to do the TikTok thing. So we'll check them out, and then I'll give you Karl's Corner, my editorial, what's going on in local sports, national sports, something that, I think needs to be talked about. And then I'll let you know who's playing on the Coach's Corner stage for the month of May. And I got a special event happening June 3rd. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 3 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. They'll come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And thank you for making me part of your day, whether it's for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a segment or not. It's just fun being back here talking about local sports and national sports. But mainly I try to gear it all local, all the time, all sports. Because, it's a Coach's Corner where it's been all food, all sports, all music since 1991. Gotta love that one. Okay, well, it's 3 steps out the door. Watching my ticker, I'm at 1 hour and 24 minutes. So I guess the new time limit there, Mr. Producer, if you're listening, is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So maybe I got to throw one more guest in there for my man Lawrence, the producer, the OG, the old guy of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, because he loves when I hit that 2 hour mark. But once again, it used to be the coach and the Makos, Melissa Makos, who moved to Atlanta. Then it went to the coach and the AD, and he's checking in here on me all the time. That's Chad Griffin, former athletic director at Calvary Day School, now up at Hebron Christian, soccer coach. It probably does 20,000 things up there at Hebron Christian. But as he says, I appreciate it. Great show, brother. Anytime you want to talk about Georgia High School, anytime you want to come on, hey, give me a phone call. Give me a text message. Hey, coach, let's do the coach and AD for a segment this week. I'd love to have you on, Chad. Always love you, brother. So the coach and AD, we were a bowling team too. I got to find my bowling shirt. I got to wear that one day. That was a big thing when we had that bowling tournament with the Herb brothers and a former podcast. And of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. All right, with the coach and AD. So 3 videos that I've noticed this week. I mean, I love this guy. I miss this guy, the big guy, Frank Selkowski, doing high school sports. But you know what? He's moving up the ladder. He's getting promotions. He's the morning anchor for WJCL. But this is at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. He's getting ready because he goes on 4:30 to 7. He works from what do you tell me? He works from 3 o'clock to 11. So he's got to be in there at 3 o'clock in the morning. How is this man like this at 3 o'clock in the morning? Of course, this was on Twitter. One of his coworkers caught him doing this. Check it out. You're going to love it. Frank, the big guy, Selkowski. Missed that, man. Hopefully I get to see him on Monday night at the Greater Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame. That's happening Monday night. They're bringing that back. We had the Savannah Sports Council Power Awards the other day. He was the MC of that. A lot of kids got a lot of awards. But Frank Selkowski doing his thing at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. DR Meadows. I don't know how this catch didn't make the top 10 on ESPN Sports Center. Once again, Savannah Bananas center fielder DR Meadows is unbelievable. Can you remember that Willie Mays catch over the shoulder back there in 1954? Well, this is 69 years later. Listen to Biko Scala, the broadcast internet entertainer for the Savannah Bananas, describe this.
That ball driven to dead center. DR Meadows on his horse. Diving attempt. Oh, what a stupendous catch. The doctor with one of the greatest plays you'll ever see from a center fielder. Eat your heart out, Willie Mays. Are you kidding me? DR Meadows looking over his shoulder to make this catch and laying out. Are you kidding me? Get this thing on Sports Center.
Unbelievable catch. Unbelievable catch. Savannah Bananas. You got to love it. They're taking their shtick on the road. They're in Kansas City. Tonight's the last night out there against the Kansas City Monarchs in, a challenge. I mean, we got, Bill Lee, Spaceman Bill Lee, 70-something years old, pitching for them. It's just a great show. And even the former Major League Baseball players and the Major League Baseball players who've been part of it are loving it. All right. Next one is, this one I say for last because I can't believe how quick this kid is. And if you haven't been following local track, high school track that is, Savannah Christian with Jamari McIvory, they call him the Space Coast. Watch how he catches the leaders by the time they get to the finish line. This kid is something special. Check it out. Jamari McIvory from Savannah Christian. There he is right there in the red. He takes the handoff. The runner in light blue is Long County. Red is Jamari for the Savannah Christian Raiders. And then you can see the leaders coming around the turn. It looks like Groves, and I can't tell the other school. Liberty County. Second place. But what a run by that kid. That's something special. He's only a junior. He's got one more year to go. I'm not blowing up my son here, but my son, Russell DeMasi, now is up at Wayne State University, came down in the area recruiting kids, offered that young man a football scholarship because he plays football for Savannah Christian. Pretty special. So you got to love that. All right. So that's my 3 videos. And once again, it's 3 steps out the door. So what do I get to do? Carl's Corner, like I used to do every Friday morning for 20 years with Bill Edwards. That's how I got involved in this. Sorry, not 20 years. Let's see. Yeah. I started with Bill Edwards in 2003. We went for a long time until Bill Edwards is no longer on the radio. So it was Carl's Corner every Friday morning, about 6:45, 6:50, talking about high school sports. So now I turned it into Carl's Corner. This is my little editorial on something that's going on in the sports world. Like I said, I've been laid up for a while now. Knee surgery, double knee surgery within 10 days. And I've been watching a lot of TV, been listening to a lot of podcasts, been listening to a lot of things about sports. But I'm tired of hearing one certain thing. Whether it's the NBA, whether it's the MLB, whether it's the NFL, whether it's the NHL, whether it's college football, who are the 5 people on Mount Rushmore from each sport? You know what, people? There are GOATs, the greatest of all time from every era. You cannot pick just 5 players just from what's going on right now to go on Mount Rushmore. And I'm tired of it. I'm an old guy. I've been around a long time. I go back into the 1960s. I go back to the 1960s, roughly about 1966, 67, when I started getting really into sports. But how could you say, for a hypothetical answer, Bill Russell shouldn't be on Mount Rushmore because he played way back when? Will Chamberlain shouldn't be on Mount Rushmore because he played way back when? Jerry West shouldn't be on Mount Rushmore. This is all NBA talk now I'm talking about, okay? Or Willie Mays shouldn't be on the baseball Mount Rushmore. Give me a break. Is this ever going to stop? It's getting old. I'm tired of hearing about the greatest of all time. LeBron James is great. So is Jerry West. So is Clyde Frazier. So is Willis Reed. So is Julius Erving. Mickey Mantle. Whitey Ford. I know he's not in the Hall of Fame, but Dale Murphy didn't get a break. We got to stop with this, the greatest of all time, and who's going on Mount Rushmore. Because you know what? Every era, every decade, every 50 years has been different. And you can't pick the 5 greatest players of all time. I mean, it's just ridiculous how people go on and on about Mount Rushmore and that we have to have sports figures on Mount Rushmore. Okay? It just kills me. All right, I do apologize. I said 5. There are really only 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore. But everybody wants to add 5. Okay? Whatever you want it to be. Okay? Yeah, I know I screw up. I'm an old guy. I get excited. I said there's 5 on Mount Rushmore. There's 4. How could you pick the 4 greatest of anything? Who's the 4 greatest presidents? It just blows my mind. For this guy, there are too many great athletes. Great athletes of all time. You can't do that. You can't do that. Forget about it. And that's what I had to go off. I'm tired of hearing about Mount Rushmore and who's the greatest of all time. Aaron Rodgers now. He could be the greatest of all time. Okay? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. Steph Curry, LeBron James. They've been great players. Are we going to forget about Lou Alcindor? Who is that? Okay? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. When I was growing up, it was Lou Alcindor. And I remember Lou Alcindor. I can even say that I saw Julius Erving play in high school. Yes, I'm an old guy. Wow. Okay. Greatest of all time. It's all in your head. All right. So once again, I know I messed this up last week, but I got to get to this because this man is a big supporter of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and that's John Henderson. What's going on in the Soundgarden Stage? Hopefully this guy will be back May 20th on the Soundgarden Stage. But here you go. Tonight, Thomas Claxton and the Myth at 7 o'clock. Next Friday night, it's La Rue. I guess because it's Mother's Day weekend, we don't have anybody on Saturday or Sunday. And then Saturday, May 20th, we have the Yacht Club. And then we'll wind up the month of May on the Soundgarden with the Sapphire Bullets of Pure Love. Okay? Now, don't forget, I have something special coming up. I need your support. This is the 7th annual Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K run, of course, with the Karl DeMasi Sports Report at How to Run Specialty Sports Store, June 3rd, 2023. All money raised goes to the cure, to cure childhood cancer. Because I don't know how many of you guys know, only 4% of what's raised to cure cancer goes to childhood cancer. Only 4%. And if Lawrence, you're watching, here's a picture. Here's some other. Lawrence and I had a little discussion about the templates. I could make myself bigger. If we had 2 people, I could make myself smaller. Okay. If we had 3 people, well, it just goes back. So 3 people on the work because it's just me and the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. But I got to get together with Lawrence and show him how this works. So, but I can be inside the picture. I could be next to the picture. I could be the whole thing. Whatever you want to do, Lawrence, we'll work through it. But please come support the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K run. Tim Adams started this, I think, 6 years ago. Lost a nephew to cancer. And I'm still going to do this. I vowed that I will always have the Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K run. Whether there's 75 people, whether there's 150 people, I need you guys involved. And as always, Lawrence, I do appreciate you. I appreciate you that you say it's an awesome show. I know at least somebody, and you and Dennis Kessler, of course, really care about it. Yes, we're at 1 hour 37 minutes now. I'm trying to push that 2-hour mark, but I'm not going to make it. Maybe I'll start adding one more guest for you, Lawrence, so we can make it 2 hours. And yes, that's how those layouts work there. I like this one. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right. So once again, it's all about the kids. Come join me June 3rd for the Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K run at the How To Specialty run stores out there at the shops at 204 and 95. Got to thank Mark Cameron and the gang for helping me. And of course, Savannah Races, Dan Pavlin. So come out and have some fun, support a good cause. All right. I'm back in the saddle again. All right. Hopefully in 2 weeks, I'll be back on the Soundgarden Stage as soon as this bum knee is almost back. I can bend it now. I can walk on it now. So I'm pretty excited about it. And like I say every week, please say a prayer for what's going on in the Ukraine. I mean, it's just ridiculous what Russia is doing. But people, we can only pray that no more people get killed or hurt. All right. And of course, this crazy world in the United States, shootings left and right. But that's not why this show is on. The show is on to take us away from what's going on in our real world for a short period of time, whether it be for an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. And that's why I do it. And I like doing it. And once again, got to thank the guests that came on today. Cam Turner, don't forget. Next Saturday, May 13th at Memorial Stadium, it's the Coastal Empire High School Showcase. Not just senior showcase anymore. Okay, it's sophomores, juniors, and seniors playing in it, and there's over 120 kids playing. Girls start at 10 o'clock. Guys will start at 2 o'clock. Then, of course, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Jake Merklinger, the 70th Ashley Deering Award winner from Calvary Day School. And, of course, the kid, Javante Middleton, checking in on all those local guys that were drafted this year in the NFL. So whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And I tell you, I see you next week or talk to you next week or we get together somehow. May it be your best week ever. God bless. I'm out of here. Peace out. Be safe. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.